Rebel V5s. How do these fare? How do these stack up? Let's go on a run. I'll give you an overview of the specs and how they compare to previous versions, what's changed, what's improved. Disclaimer, this video is not sponsored or endorsed by New Balance. I bought these running shoes with my own money, so all of the opinions and comments in this video are coming from me and not New Balance. The V5s will set you back a reasonable $140 or 140 British pounds, so very similar in price to the previous versions. I think a really decent price for the running shoe you're getting. Weight has increased slightly. This is due to the increased cushioning and the foam in the midsole. So a US men's size 9 has gone up by 15 grams. Stack height has also increased by 5mm to 35mm. But as in the previous versions, the drop remains the same at 6mm. Some key specs on the screen there. Two I'm really interested in seeing whether it's improved anything. That's the padded gusseted tongue and the improved cushioned heel. Two areas I think the V4 really let itself down in. Sometimes the V4s, you didn't really feel locked into the shoe. So enough of the stats and specs, let's get on with the run. Getting into the shoe is really comfortable, no issues there. And as soon as you put them on, you notice how soft, how bouncy, how comfortable the foam feels. They're meant to be a really bouncy shoe compared to the V4s. Let's see whether that is the case. So tonight's run is an easy run. It's going to be a 40-minute easy run, and it's in Abu Dhabi. It's 6:30 and the temperatures are high and it's super humid. So one of the first things I always look for in a new pair of running shoes, that is breathability. Even though I'm absolutely sweating, even though my feet feel like they're on fire, I need the running shoe to be as breathable as possible and as cool as possible. The Phantom Fit mesh of the V5s definitely did their job. At no point was there any hot spots, at no point was there any excessive sweating in the shoe, and at no point was I rubbing against the material. So the mesh really did work. The other key thing I always look for in a new pair of running shoes is the weight, and the increased weight concerned me slightly over the V4s. I've got to be honest, I didn't notice that increased weight at all. So that 15-20 grams, didn't even notice it. Definitely got a bit of a kick to them when you try and pick up the pace. I don't know whether it's the front of the shoe with that rubber. But certainly, it's like can give you a kick if you want it. Obviously this is quite an easy run. Yeah, very comfortable. Stability, the shoes are really, really stable. They are a wide shoe. They're not baggy. Your feet are not going to move around in the shoe. The V3s, the V4s, felt wider for some reason than the V5s. I don't know whether that's the case. I think the width is pretty much the same, but at no point did I feel unstable. Even when running around corners or over pavements, my feet were firmly in the shoe. And I think the improved tongue and the cushioned heel really did help in combination with the shoelaces. It felt like your foot was really locked in and at no point slipping around inside the shoe. True to size, New Balance, sometimes you may have to get a size up, but the Rebel range I think has always been true to size. So I wear a UK size 8, no issues with the size, no issues with the fit, completely comfortable. So if you're wondering what I'm doing a 40-minute easy run, and obviously I'm not just testing new Rebel V5s. I'm out here on a marathon training run, so I'm doing the Songkhla Marathon in southern Thailand in August. So this is day 1 of week 2, so it's a 40-minute easy run, and the weather, as you'd expect in Abu Dhabi this time of year, is pretty hot pretty humid. But it will be in Thailand in August. The shoes don't have carbon plates, but the way they've designed the soles seems to sort of feel like they do have carbon plates. I don't know whether that's a placebo, I don't know whether that's because they're new running shoes, they're brand new, but it kind of felt like they kind of did have carbon plates. And I think that the boundary between carbon plated shoes and non-carbon plated shoes is narrowing. I think the technology in the shoes nowadays is so good, the carbon plate factor is not as big as it used to be. So I felt like I was running in carbon plated shoes. Obviously I need to test them out on maybe a track session, on a tempo workout, to see whether it's got the same kick, the same responsiveness as a carbon plated shoe. Versatility, New Balance say this is a daily trainer. It should be able to accommodate all your different types of runs, from your easy runs to your long runs and to your speed workouts. So if you're looking for a shoe that's going to be your daily trainer, I don't think you'll go wrong in picking the Rebel V5s, especially if you've used the Rebel range before. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Is it an improvement on the V4s? I think it is. They felt a little bit more nimble, a little bit more quicker than the V4s. Time will tell, but I think it is definitely an improvement. The slight adjustments and tweaks to the shape and style of the shoe just makes it feel a little bit more of a, maybe not a race day shoe, but a little bit of a faster shoe than the previous versions. Is it anywhere near the version 2s, my all-time favourite running shoe? No, nowhere near. The version 2s of the Rebel series is my all-time favourite. They were nimble, they were slim, they were fast, they fitted absolutely perfectly. I did all of my first marathon training runs in the V2s. I had 4 pairs. I even ran the 42.2 kilometre distance in them. So I think whatever New Balance do next, it still won't be as good as those V2s. And let me know down below in the comments whether you agree with me. The version 2s were one of the best running shoes ever released. But the V5s are definitely an improvement. It's a step in the right direction. After the V3s, which I think were a disappointment. I think they were too heavy, they felt too wide, they weren't particularly good at speed works, and they weren't particularly good at helping you in long runs. I'm wearing the Urgent Red colourway. This is available right now, but I believe there are more colourways available when it's released globally on the 1st of July. These look slightly pink on the camera. They are more red in real life. I think it's just my camera there, so they're not as pink as maybe they look. So my overall first impressions, my first run, admittedly, it's only my first run. It's only an easy run. Very, very positive. Really comfortable. Such a fun run to run in them. Always good to run in a new pair of running shoes. But yeah, the Rebel V5s get a thumbs up from me. So if you can snag yourself a pair, I think you won't be disappointed. If you come from the V4s, I think you'll like the V5s. So if you want to follow me along on this particular marathon training block, see how I get on in Thailand, don't forget to click on that subscribe button.